Hi everyone. So this is a video for all the ATV owners out there. Don't worry about make or model. And I was told you can even throw in the motorcycle owners out there too, because if your unit does not have an alternator, it will be using a stator, CDI box, which is hiding under there, and a voltage regulator and a rectifier. So let's just assume all your wiring is good, your ignition is good, everything's good, but your machine will not start. Here's what the process you should follow. This was told me by a Honda mechanic, super smart guy. So when I had this Honda ATV given to me, it has a dead battery. Won't even hold 1 volt. That's how dead the battery is. But I was told, don't worry about the dead battery. As long as the connections are good, your machine should still run if you hand crank it or boost it, because your stator does not rely on battery. When you crank the engine over, this will start to produce electricity, and it should create a strong spark on your spark plug. That was not the case on this unit. So the Honda mechanic told me, replace your stator if you have no spark or it is weak and pathetic, because your unit may pop, but it's not going to run. You do not have to have a good voltage regulator or rectifier. You can actually unplug it, set it off to the side, and you will still create a strong spark, even if you have a dead battery. It doesn't matter. Your stator, once you crank the engine over, is creating electricity, and you should still have a strong spark. Your machine probably won't run. Even if it did, it won't run well. So let's go off to the next problem here. So when I replaced the stator, actually, let me touch on this. So I brought the stator up to him. I said, hey, can you test it? He goes, buddy, I'm not even going to test it. It's no good. I go, why? How do you know that without even testing it? He goes, it's burnt black. That should be shiny copper. Whenever a stator is brought to me and it is discolored like black or burnt hard, he goes, it's no good. He goes, it would probably test that it's still usable, but when you need a machine running to actually test it to see if it's producing enough electricity to fire a spark plug, he goes, but just looking at the color of it, it is no good. It's junk. Throw it out, buddy. So I took some steel wool and I shined it up. That is shiny copper. That is burnt copper. No good. So it's weird how that works, eh? So your stator is responsible for firing the spark plug. It can do it even if your rectifier voltage regulator, even if you have a dead battery, it will still create spark. So set all that aside. I fixed the spark problem. When I replaced the stator, I had a ton of spark. And the machine now started. And it would run, but it did not run well. And when I used my voltmeter to test the battery, it was only being sent around 6.5 to 7 volts to the battery. It wouldn't charge the battery. That's why the battery kept dying and was no good. And so back to the Honda dealer, I go, what's going on? I'm getting no power to the battery. It needs around 13.5, 14 volts. I'm only getting like 6.5. He goes, it's your voltage regulator rectifier. That's what converts the electricity to usable power for your machine that will charge your battery, run all your lights and all that. He goes, you have a double failure. You have a bad stator, you have a bad voltage regulator, and rectifier. So when I replaced the rectifier, which I bought off Amazon for 34 bucks, cranked it over, purrs like a kitten. So anyways, I hope that makes sense. So just to recap, if you have a no start on an ATV or even a motorcycle, check for spark. If you have good spark at your spark plug, move on to the CDI box or move on to the voltage regulator, rectifier, make sure all your wiring's good. But if you have no spark, replace your stator. If suddenly you've now created good spark and it still won't start, you're running down the line here. So it's probably your voltage regulator rectifier. After that, it could be your CDI box. That's assuming all your wiring's good, your ignition's good, but that's the issue. No spark, it is your stator. If your battery's not being charged, it is your voltage regulator rectifier. Oh, thank you, Honda mechanic. You know your stuff. You fixed it up.